Welcome back to the Angus Corner podcast. You are witnessing the 35th live coverage and watch along. You already know who it is. It's your host, the legend Ty Finney himself. Y'all know what the slogan is, no BS boxing. Hey, tonight I am covering Demetruis Andrade versus David Benavidez. This fight is in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the last pay-per-view card on Showtime for the year. Boo Boo versus the Mexican Monster. Yeah, it's been an awesome night of boxing. You know, earlier tonight we had Chantelle Cameron versus Katie Taylor. That fight was on his own. You know, Katie Taylor, she won. That was an awesome fight. You know, the undercard tonight was set, full of good fights. So, I'm excited. Excited for this main event. You know, hopefully, this fight can close the show. Yeah, before I even get into it, first and foremost, I want to say rest in peace to professional boxer Samuel Teah. He was shot and killed, and in his hometown in Philadelphia, I believe he was shot and killed. So, prayers and condolences out to his family and his loved ones. I seen Samuel Teah live a few years ago in 2019. I really did wish I got a picture with him. Again, rest in peace to Samuel Teah. Prayers and condolences out to his loved ones, his family, and his friends. So on my end, Demetruis Boo Boo Andrade, he's walking out to the ring now. Yeah, who shout out to everybody, man. Who shout out to, G5 Jeff TV. Who shout out to the Goodfellas podcast. Who shout out the last ones at the bar. I got the link in the comment section if anybody wants to join. Yeah, who shout out to everybody that subscribed to the channel, man. Who shout out to AJ for subscribing to the channel. Who shout out to DJ7 for subscribing to the channel. Who shout out to Nat for subscribing to the channel. Who shout out to Can Talks Boxing for subscribing to the channel. Who shout out to 619 Cali Factor for subscribing to the channel. Who shout out to Sam Scott for subscribing to the channel. Who shout out to Robin V for subscribing to the channel. And who shout out to True Sports too. Definitely give True Sports, a sub to his channel. Got a lot of celebrities in the house tonight. Floyd Mayweather's in the house. Andre Berto's in the house. Caleb Plant's in the house. Zach Judah's in the house. Bud Crawford's in the house. Mike Tyson. So it's definitely a lot of boxers in the building tonight. First comment of the night, Ronald Murphy in the building, man. Who shout out to Ron Murphy? He said it's going down. Yeah, for sure, man. It's going down. It's going down, man. And I think this fight, can, blow the roof off the arena tonight, man. Boo Boo Andrade, he's not the favorite. Benavidez is the favorite. And in my heart, I believe Benavidez is going to win. But, I think Andrade can make it exciting. The thing is, Benavidez, he's the Mexican monster, man. He comes forward. He's a pressure fighter. He does crazy combinations. He's fought the better opponents. But, Andrade, a lot of people criticize his resume because, he hasn't fought a lot of names. But, Andrade always say that he's been ducked. So, I think this is his time to shine, man. He's got to make a statement tonight. He's 35. So he's got to make a statement tonight. I believe Andrade is a fresh fighter. He doesn't have any wear and tear. But I am concerned for his gas tank. I think once it gets to the later rounds, Andrade will start fading. And Benavidez will keep coming on, keep putting that pressure on him, and it'll just be too much for Andrade. But we'll see how it plays out, man. That's just my opinion. I got David Benavidez by late stoppage or decision, but my heart wants Andrade to win, but I think David Benavidez takes his fight tonight. Your Ronald Murphy, who you got? You know, undercard was great also, man. Who shout out to, Lamont Roach, he beat Hector Garcia, became a new champion. Lamont Roach is from my state of Maryland, so I'm happy for him. He fought Jermall Heron. He fought Jermall Heron and he came up short, but he won the title tonight, so he's a champion and I'm happy for him. And, Subriel Matias versus the guy, he's got a funny name, Ergashev, if I'm saying his name right. That was a banger, man. The thing with Matias, I seen Matias fight live last year on the Gary Russell undercard. Matias, man, his power is next level, man. His power is different, man. Like I didn't like how he was fighting. He was coming forward. He wasn't throwing a lot of punches. But once he started letting them hands go, man, it just became too much for Ergashev, and he started breaking Ergashev down. You started to see that Ergashev, he was starting to fatigue. He was starting to fatigue in those middle rounds, and his corner ended up stopping the fight. So yes, Matias, man, he's a monster, man. And then, of course, I'm gonna get into the comments. Ronald Murphy, he says, Andre, all right, man, I ride with you, man. Like I said, I want Andre to win, but I just feel that David Benavidez to take it. But it's boxing, man. Anything can happen. My guy, A-Quib in the building, man. Salute to A-Quib. He says, hey, bro. He says, what you think of the Charlo win? To be honest, I think it was a good win for him. I'm happy. First and foremost, I would want to say that I'm happy that he's back in the ring. The mental issues, the personal issues. Hopefully that's behind him. I don't know, because a lot of people were saying, like, from the looks of him, he still looked like he was going through it. But he got the victory tonight. He shook off some ring rust, so I'm glad he didn't get a stoppage. I'm glad it went 10 rounds. He was able to shake off some ring rust. So I'm happy for him, man. But the thing was that he didn't make weight for the fight. So he weighed in overweight, and then he weighed in again for the second time, and he came in even heavier. So but he got the victory. But I think he is going to get fined for that or something like, or maybe that Benavidez team is going to get some of his purse or something like that. I don't have the full details on that, but yeah, he didn't make weight, and he did look big too. He looked big. A says, you remember who I am, right? Of course I remember you, man. Of course I remember you. We talk on the gram all the time, so of course I remember you. And A man, what's your prediction for the night, man? Who you got, Benavidez or Andre, and how? Yeah, who shout out to my co-host Chris G, man. He couldn't come on with me tonight. He is watching the fight at home with his family. Benavidez is his favorite fighter, and I know about Benavidez in this fight. Just comment that Benavidez this easily. But like I said, man, it's boxing, so we'll see how it plays out. My bad, guys. I was having some connection issues. Just give me a second. All right, I was having some connection issues. If y'all can still hear me, drop a comment. Let me know if you can still hear me. I was having some connection issues. Akrid says, I got Benavidez potentially going to 412. He said, man, it's 4 a.m. over here in the UK. It's tough. Yeah, I invited a guy on from the UK, VP Shane, who shout out to him, but he was saying he didn't know if he can make it on because, you know, in the UK, man, it's a different time zone. As Akrid just said, it's 4 in the morning. So for me, round one is just starting. So I'm going to just go ahead and start cooking, breaking this fight down, then I'll get to the comments. Both guys in the clinch. Ronald Murphy says he can hear me. Okay, thanks for confirming, but appreciate that. Benavidez threw like a big hook and it missed. Andrade followed back 2 shots to the body. Benavidez landed a shot to the body. Looked like Andrade looked like he was going to go down from it, but he's still standing. Nice 2-piece combination thrown by Andrade. Benavidez looks tall. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Benavidez is like a couple inches taller. He does look big in there, man. And like I said, Andrade's in decent shape. You know, I always felt that Andrade doesn't have the best gas tank, but like I said, from a lot of videos that I've been seeing of him, he's been working on his strength and conditioning. You know, he's training with the mask on, does a lot of jogging and stuff like that. So, and he's been working with snacks. So, you know, hopefully he's got the, you know, the conditioning to go for 12 rounds. And if he does have the conditioning, I think that he can outbox David Benavidez. Andrade using his footwork. It is a 9-year age difference too. Ooh, nice shot to the body by Demetruis Andrade. Followed with another nice body shot. Nice straight right hand thrown by Benavidez. 50 seconds left in round one for me. Two-piece combo thrown by Benavidez. Nothing really landed. Andrade clinch. Ooh, Benavidez tried to punch him in the clinch. Benavidez threw a hook and he missed. Jab to the body by Benavidez. Ooh, big right hook thrown by Benavidez. Andrade tried to follow, but he didn't throw anything. Ooh, nice. Both guys are. Ooh, Andrade threw like a 6-piece combination at the end of that round. Wow. All right. Akrid says round one just started for me. All right. That was tough. That was a tough one to call. But I like what Andrade did at the end of the round. But I can't say that was enough for him to actually steal the round. But so I can't really call the first round. But I like what Andrade did at the end of that round. But the thing is, can he keep up? Can he keep up this condition? Can he keep those legs for 12 rounds? That's my only concern for him. You know, salute to my co-host Chris G. He always say that Andrade doesn't have the best legs, and he's shown that he didn't have the best gas tank against weaker opposition. So we'll see, you know, how he does tonight with Benavidez, you know, who's a pressure fighter and a power puncher. And yeah, who shout out to Tony Weeks, man? I asked Tony Weeks, did he think he would be roughing, this card? And he rough Hector Garcia and Lamont Roach. So who shout out to Tony Weeks, man? If you haven't seen that interview, check that out. So round 2 is just starting. Feel like Andre came out sticking for round 2. Ooh, Andre do some nice hooks, right hook and the left hook, and he was ducked down, then he came up and swung those big shots. So he's a tricky fighter, man. The ref is warning Andre, saying something. Ooh, nice straight right hand landed clean by Benavidez. Big right hook thrown by Benavidez. Another straight right hand thrown by Benavidez. Another straight right hand landed clean. Andre clenching. Jab to the body by Benavidez. Ooh, nice uppercut. Ooh, Andre threw like a 12-piece combination. Nice combination thrown by Andre. There in the clinch. Benavidez hits him hard in the clinch. But that was a nice combination thrown by Andre. Left straight thrown by Benavidez. They're in the clinch. They're fighting in the clinch. Katie Taylor and Chantelle Cameron, they did a lot of clinching and fighting in the clinching in that fight. Benavidez and Andre just did that, but they're out to the clinch now. Uppercut thrown by Andre, but he missed. Ooh, 1-2 thrown by Andre. Second punch landed. Straight left thrown by Benavidez. Uppercut thrown by Andre. He missed. Andre using his footwork. Benavidez throwing a lot of straights. Good to me. That was a good round for Andre. I just like the combination that he threw. Aquid says Taylor and Cameron need a trilogy. Yeah, that's the same thing. That's the same thing I was going to ask too. Shanda Cameron, when she won the first fight, Katie Taylor won the second fight, so they got to run it back. But I feel that Katie Taylor, later on in the fight, she started fading. She was clenching and she looked like she was out of breath. And she is 37 years old, so I think that time isn't on her side. But that was one hell of a fight, man. Them women, hats off to them women, man. Them women put on an awesome performance for the fans, and you got to give them credit for throwing like they was throwing. Because take the Shakur Stevenson and De Los Santos fight. They didn't barely throw anything in that fight. And, those guys. Shakur Stevenson's what, 26, and he's real young. You know what I'm saying? He even said it himself. He didn't have a good performance, but hats off to Katie Taylor and Chantelle Cameron, man. That was one hell of a fight for them women. Awesome fight for women for sure. All right, round 3 is starting. Andre threw a shot, but looks like it was a little low. The referee's telling him, keep it up. Another body shot thrown by Andre, but Benavidez blocked it. Benavidez is trying. He's trying to fight on the inside, but like I said, man, Andre's style is it's so weird, man. He's tricky in there. It's like he keeps his head down, then he'll come up. He's using his footwork, moving side to side. So he's a tricky fighter, man. Andrade got Benavidez on the ropes, punching on the ropes. Both guys in the clinch, fighting in the clinch. Ooh, nice body shot thrown by Andrade, followed by a hook up top. Using his footwork, jumping side to side. Benavidez just threw a shot to the body. Straight left thrown by Benavidez. Both guys in the clinch. Benavidez fighting his way out the clinch. Benavidez coming forward, trying to walk Andrade down. Andrade threw a nice hook. Benavidez threw a hook of his own. Straight left thrown by Benavidez, landed clean. Ooh, another straight left landed clean by Benavidez. Ooh, I'm giving this round to Benavidez. He's landing a lot of clean left hands. He's got, I think his reach is, he's got longer reach. I think his reach is affecting Andrade in this round. Body shot thrown by Andrade. Andrade threw another body shot and he missed. Ooh, Andrade landed a clean shot. Andrade's letting the combinations off at the end of the round. Same thing he did in the last round. That's, for me, that's definitely a round for David Benavidez. You know, David Benavidez was walking him down, throwing a lot of straight lefts. So to me, David Benavidez got that round. Like, again, Andrade let off the combinations and the end of round 3, but to me, that wasn't enough to actually win that round. So for that round, I give it to David Benavidez. And who shout out to my guy Ryan Hanley out there in Seattle, Washington. You know, he texted me. We talk all the time, and he texted me. You know, he ride past the David Benavidez gym, man. He sees it all the time in Washington, man. Who shout out to my guy Ryan Hanley. I kind of wanted to go live for Matias and Ergashev. Like I said, that fight ended at around 5. But yeah, Matias, man, he's a monster. All right, so round 4 starting. Big shot thrown by. It was a body shot, but I guess it was too low because Andrade's taking a breather, and he was saying Benavidez hit him low, so the ref is giving him some time. Yeah, so it's a timeout. Andrade's taking the breather for the low blow that Benavidez hit him with. All right, so the fight's continuing now. Andrade, nice combination. Did he clinch? Both guys in the clinch. They out of the clinch. Andrade letting off a nice combination. Ooh, Benavidez threw a big shot, but he missed. Both guys throwing big shots, and they miss. Another straight right hand landed clean by Benavidez. Benavidez got those monster uppercuts, man. Body shot thrown by Benavidez. Body shot thrown by Andrade. Ooh, another shot thrown by Andrade. Straight right thrown by Andrade. Another body shot thrown by Andrade. Straight left by Benavidez. Straight right by Benavidez, landed clean. Uppercut by Andrade. Both guys were letting their hands go in this round. Uppercut by Benavidez. Straight right, straight left thrown by Andrade. Ooh, Benavidez throwing a big hook. Fans in the crowd jumping, cheering. Big right hook thrown by Andrade, but it missed. Ooh, straight right thrown by Benavidez, landed clean. Ooh, nice combination thrown by Andrade. Another straight right hand thrown by Benavidez, landed clean. So Benavidez is landing a lot of those straight hands, and it's catching Andrade. Ooh, body shot thrown by Benavidez. If Benavidez keeps landing those straight right hands and keeps landing those body shots, I think. Benavidez dropped Andrade. Wow. Referees counting. That was a big shot that landed too. But Andrade's up. He beat the count. Oh, I got to see the replay. I know Chris G probably jumping up and down right now. Let's see if I got people texting me about this. Wow, Andrade went down in round 4. So this is what I said, man. I said my prediction was David Benavidez by late stoppage. It was a clean shot. I wouldn't say it was a devastating shot. It was definitely a clean shot. They're showing the replay now. It was a big hook right on the temple. Big hook on the temple, and Andrade went down. So if Andrade loses, then, you know, he can't say everybody's been ducking him. You know what I mean? Yeah, and they showed the replay from a different angle. It looked like Andrade's eyes kind of went in back of his head. So that's definitely a round for David Benavidez. Everybody's excited. Big uppercut landed by David Benavidez. Body shot landed by David Benavidez. Looks like he's starting to pour it on now. Looks like Andrade's got some puffiness around his eye too. David Benavidez coming on strong. Triple jab thrown by Andrade. Another straight left thrown by Benavidez, landed clean. Andrade using his footwork, keeping his guard up. Andrade definitely, you know, fighting on the back foot. Then Benavidez starting to walk him down for sure now. I guess once he got that knockdown, that's definitely, you know, built his confidence up now. Andrade trying to clinch, not really throwing much in this round. But this round is all Benavidez from what he's doing. Andrade's not really showing no offense. Just looks like Andrade get ready to go down again. Oh, looks like he's on unsteady legs. Wow, Benavidez is coming on strong. Ooh, Andrade followed up with some combinations of his own. Benavidez followed back with his own combinations. But Andrade looked like he was on unsteady legs, like he was getting ready to go down again. People on their feet excited. Ooh, Andrade coming back with a two-piece combination of his own. Definitely look like his eyes swelling. Nice. Big right hooks landed by Benavidez, followed by an uppercut. Ooh. Look like Andrade get ready to go down again. Ooh. Andrade went into the ropes. Ooh. David Benavidez is showing why he's a Mexican monster. I know Chris G, man. My guy Chris G probably jumping up and down right now, excited. Andre got Benavidez on the ropes. Both guys fighting crazy. Both guys throwing crazy, looking at each other after that round. But this fight is definitely David Benavidez fight, man. Looks like Andre got some blood coming out of his nose. So to show the replay, David Benavidez landed a beautiful uppercut. Ooh. Left hook landed clean by David Benavidez. So yeah, that round was all David Benavidez, man. He's throwing monster uppercuts. He's throwing monster hooks. So I believe this fight's going to end in a stoppage for David Benavidez. Probably earlier than what I expected. So we halfway through. We're in round 6 now. It looks like the doctor is checking Andre, trying to make sure he's okay. Not sure what they're asking him. I don't know if it's the eye, but he's asking him something. All right, so round 6 is starting. Andre lost the mouthpiece, so they timed out. Andre, referee's putting his mouthpiece back in. Andre's clenching. Big hook thrown by David Benavidez, but he missed. Ooh, straight right hand landed clean by David Benavidez. So headshots, David Benavidez landed 67 to Andre 32. So Andre's Benavidez is definitely landing the more headshots. Big hooks, left hooks, big right hooks, and left hooks thrown by Benavidez. Another big right hook landed clean. My guy Chris just texted me. He said he told everybody that Caleb Plant was the better fighter. But, you know, Caleb Plant ended up going with Breadman, and we all know that Breadman's one hell of a trainer. So Benavidez doing some good body work, throwing some nice uppercuts. Looks like Andre's tired, but he's throwing a lot of combinations. Ooh. Ooh. Right hook, left hook thrown by Benavidez. He's throwing like slapping shots. Shot to the body by Andre. Big uppercut. Ooh, Andre. Ooh. Andre coming on strong now. Uppercuts, combinations, body shots. He's throwing everything. But nothing. But it didn't really hurt Benavidez. Ooh. It looked like Andre's mouthpiece went out, but it looked like it was spit. Or I guess it was his mouthpiece. Andre looks tired. Time out. It's the second time Andre lost the mouthpiece. So We at the end of round 6. Wow. If I was Boo Boo's corner, I would stop the fight. If I was Boo Boo's corner, I would stop the fight. Like, he's lost the mouthpiece twice. His eyes starting to swell. So if I was his corner, I would stop the fight, man. I don't want to see him take any more punishment. They're working on his eye. Like I said, his eyes got a lot of swelling. So the referee's in Boo Boo's corner. He looks concerned. The doctor's talking with the ref. They're stopping the fight. They're stopping it. Wow. That's it. So hats off to David Benavidez, man. His name speaks for itself. He's a Mexican monster. Making music beat Master Flex. He said, what? I agree with the stoppage, man. I agree with it 100%. 100%, I agree with it. He lost the mouthpiece twice. His eyes swollen. He doesn't look good, man. He was taking the beating. So I agree with the stoppage 100%. If he went out there, he would just got stopped, man. So I agree with the stoppage 100%. Hats off to both guys, you know, giving the fans a good fight. But David Benavidez just proves that, you know, he's a Mexican monster, man. That pressure is too much, man. Making music, beat Master Flex. He said, man, broski. Yeah, I hear that, man. He said, I had Andre too. Yeah, I had Andre, you know, based on his skill. I thought he was a fresh fighter, and I'm saying he hasn't been in a lot of wars. But yeah, David Benavidez pressure, man. That pressure and those hooks, those combinations, those uppercuts, man. He's a Mexican monster, man. And, you know, when it showed both guys backstage, when Charlo and Jose Benavidez was fighting, I was kind of concerned for Benavidez because it looked like he was worried that his brother was losing. And Andre looked at him in good spirits. You know, he was dancing and everything. But, you know, when it was time to fight, you know, David Benavidez, he was smacking his face, man. He was ready. My girl, Sunshine in the building. She said, "Beast, man." Yeah, David Benavidez, man. He's a beast, man. He's a beast, man. Ronald Murphy, he said, "Congratulations to Benavidez." Yeah, for sure, man. Hats off to David Benavidez, man. So the question I want to know is, I know they ain't got to talking to you know, the commentators, ring announcers, all that yet, but I just want to know is who's next for David Benavidez? You know, you got David Morrell, he fights next month. You got Canelo. Who's next? David Benavidez, he got out the ring. He's talking to Mike Tyson. He just got out the ring and gave Mike Tyson a hug. How many fighters do y'all see actually jump out of the ring and hug and talk to another fighter and get back in the ring? Man, he in good spirits. Making music, Beatmaster Flex. He said, touch screen, game over. Yeah, game over for sure, man. Sunshine, she says, we both lost, but damn good fight. Yeah, it was a good fight, man. Like, I like what Andre was doing early. Like I said, man, he was letting those combinations. He was letting them combinations go. He was letting his hands go. He was using his footwork. You know, he had that weird style. So I like what he did early. But, you know, I predicted this was going to happen, but it happened a lot faster than I expected. Everybody's texting me. Everybody's texting me now. Let me send this link out. Some people may come on with me. I'm not sure, but making music, Beatmaster Flex. He said, "Gotta be Canelo." Um, I actually heard. I don't know if this is true. It could just be a rumor, but I heard that Canelo is looking to fight Jaime Munguia in May. Cinco de Mayo. So that's just what I heard. I'm not sure if that's true, but man, it's gotta be Canelo and David Benavidez. That's the fight all the fans want from this point. That's the fight that all the fans want, man. Salute to my guy, Lavelle Jackson. He said salute. I'm shocked. Yeah, I'm shocked too, man. I'm kind of hurt, but this is what I expected. This is what I expected, man. If you guys are not subscribed to Last Ones at the Bar, man, that's Lavelle Jackson's podcast. Definitely subscribe to that channel, man. Last Ones at the Bar. Awesome podcast, man. Making music, Beatmaster Flex. He said Canelo owes it to David after this. Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Andre was, at Canelo's post press conference, trying to get that fight with Canelo, and Canelo was telling him, you ain't fought nobody, you ain't beat nobody, and David Benavidez just beat that guy. So it's gotta happen, man. From this point, man, it's gotta happen. Both guys fought Caleb Plant. Of course, we know that Canelo got the stoppage. David Benavidez beat him by decision. But, Caleb Plant had Brayman in his corner. Brayman changed a lot of things up in his game. But Caleb Plant was able to, hang in there for 12 rounds. Sunshine, she says, I'm hoping Canelo. Yeah, that's the fight that everybody wants, man. And I hope we get it, man. For 2024, I hope we get it. But, 2023 has been an awesome year for boxing fans as far as matchups. One hell of a year as far as matchups, man. Probably one of the best boxing matchup years that we've seen in a long time. So this was Showtime's last pay-per-view card, and we went out with a banger for sure. All right, let me get in these comments. Making music, Beatmaster Flats. He says, first time tapping in, T Finney, subscribe to, keep doing your thing. Man, I appreciate it, man. It's the love. It's the love and support that keeps me going. I started this podcast last year, and still going strong, man. So, these live coverages is definitely, getting me the views, this is I probably got about six videos that hit over 1,000 views. So, the live coverage is where it's at, man, for sure. So making music, Beatmaster Flex, man, who shout out to you. I appreciate your love. I appreciate your support. The feedback like this is what keeps me going for sure, man, for sure. Sunshine, she says, my cruiserweight, Sabi Midnight, came straight out the ring. Medicals in Philly, we are Greg Serbs. Give define to the little MMA fighter that went to the hospital on a stretcher. And if I'm saying the name wrong, Sunshine, just correct me. He says, went out the ring and literally sat down beside Ryan Garcia without a scratch on him. Sam or a pizza went and spent the night in the hospital, and all of his fans came up to us screaming, Sub won. Okay. Yeah, I got people texting me, man. My phone's blowing up. People texting me saying, good fight. Andre's talking now, man. His face is busted up, man. He looks bad. Hats off to him, though. Hats off to him. He's a champion, a lineage. So hats off to the guy. I just hate that his career went in this direction. So many fights that he could have had that didn't happen. Due to him turning down fights. So I think he's got some blame. He's got some blame to take too, because he turned down a lot of fights, due to small purses. So, but if he did take those fights, he could have been a little more inactive. But Eddie Hearn was definitely paying him good money when he was on his own. So I just kind of wish his career went in a different direction. But like I said, I just figured, I just pretty much predicted, with him being 35, with him being a little older, and going in there with a guy, a monster like David Benavidez, I just predicted that this was going to happen. But like I said, it happened earlier than I expected. And Sunshine, she's saying the name. I'm really not to pronounce the name she's saying. So, but Sunshine, I'm glad to see you in here rocking with me. Appreciate your love, appreciate your support. Good talking to you off camera as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to that interview. For those of you who don't know, my last interview was with Tony Weeks. So if you ain't seen that interview with Tony Weeks, man, definitely check that interview out. But I am working on another interview, and it's supposed to go down this week. But I don't like to say any names because sometimes I'm not sure if I'm going to get them. So I'm just gonna keep that on a low and not mention any names, but definitely got another interview in the works. So just stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. Making music, Beatmaster Flex. He said Caleb Plant versus Demetruis Andrade. Yeah, I call for this fight, man. I call for this fight. I think that's a good fight. Both guys have lost to David Benavidez this year, so I think that's a good fight. Both guys coming off a loss to the same fighter, and they can get it on, and see get that on for next year for 2024, and they can scrap it out. So that's a good fight for sure. Making music, Beatmaster Flex. He said, I like to see that match. Yeah, that's a good match, man. Like I said, I call for that too. I call for that. Here's my co-host, Chris G, in the building. He said that wasn't close. Chris G, man, I know you jumping up and down. You happy. David Benavidez did his thing. Hey, you proved me wrong, man. You proved me wrong. It was bad, man. He lost the mouthpiece twice. His eyes, his face was busted up, man. It was bad. Yeah, my phone is blowing up, man. Yeah, people saying good fight. The Mexican took over. Chris G says, bro, I'm mad that Benavidez got caught with that big ass uppercut. Yeah, Andrade had his moments, man. He had his moments, but it just wasn't enough to actually hurt Benavidez. Andrade doesn't have the best power. Yes, he's dropped some guys. He's he dropped Damon Nicholson. He dropped Willie Nelson. So he has some pop, but he just didn't have enough pop to hurt David Benavidez. But I like what he did until he got seriously hurt. Like I said, his combinations were beautiful, man. Beautiful combinations. Chris G, man, if you wanna hop in and chat for like 5-10 minutes, before getting back with your fan, man, you're welcome to do so. Cause I already sent you the link. Link's also in the chat. Chris G says Andrade fought well in sprints, I think he's saying. Won a couple rounds. Yeah, he did his thing for a couple rounds, man. He did his things for a couple rounds, but that Benavidez pressure, man, his pressure different. But my thoughts on the overall card, I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed tonight. Boxing fans definitely won tonight. Like I said, Katie Taylor and Chantelle Cameron, that was the appetizer to tonight's card. Hats off to those women. They did one hell of a job, especially for a women's fight. So that was the appetizer to tonight's fight. Like I said, huge shout out to Lamont Roach. He beat Hector Garcia, became a champion. Matias versus Ergashev. That was a heck of a fight. Let me get Chris G up in here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Oh my goodness, dude. I was so happy, bro. I relaxed after like round 3, I relaxed. I was like shaking the first couple rounds and then I relaxed after that. I was like, dude, he's doing his thing.
Yeah, I like what Andre was doing, man.
Yeah,
He was doing some good combinations. He was using his footwork. Like his style is so weird, man.
bro, he was actually doing some good things, but then Benavidez started timing him. Like Benavidez would punch where his head would land, like wherever
Mhm.
he would finish at. Benavidez will already land a punch on him. So after Benavidez started timing his spins, his bending overs and stuff like that, he would Andre would start timing him and stuff. And so I was just like, Benavidez would start timing him, and it was kind of strange. It was like I would never expect him to throw a punch like that. He'll throw a punch. He'll be like on one side, throw a punch on the other side, and then Andrew's head would land right there. I'm just like, dude,
Yeah,
how he was catching. He was doing really. Benavides had some really good IQ there, like really good because he was predicting where Andre was gonna be after he had a hard time that, like in round 2 when Andre
mhm,
started doing all that spinning and started doing all those combinations and stuff.
yeah,
But and for some reason it's just seemed like Benavides would start timing his spins and it would look I don't know it was kind of cool to see him timing his unorthodox style.
that's that's the thing with Andre, man. Like I said, he was moving side to side. He had his head down, and he would come up and throw shots. Like his style is real tricky. But like I said, man, Benavidez power and his pressure just different, man.
Bro, he had that. He showed that he's got some. I think Benavidez it doesn't have one punch knockout, but I think it's more than just the combination punching because he hit Andre with one big punch and Andre went down.
Yep,
And
yep,
so and so and man, like I'm glad they stopped it. I mean, I feel bad for Andre, man. He seemed like a cool guy, man.
yeah.
I feel it kind of stunk to see him, holding back, his emotions. But I mean, I'm happy my guy won. But I hope Android and Plant need a fight now.
That's where the guy. Yeah, that's what the guy said in the comment section. Yeah, this guy here.
Uh,
He's a new subscriber to the channel, so who shout out to
oh,
him? It's the same thing he said. He said he wanted to
oh.
see Kato Plant and Demetruis Andrade. And I said I call for that fight too,
Who,
because like I
who,
said,
who would walk forward in that fight? Who would be coming forward in that fight? I
yeah,
don't know who would do that.
yeah.
I feel
Well,
like Plant would. I feel like Plant might walk forward in that fight.
yeah, Andrade has more power to me than Plant.
I guess I agree with that. I agree with that. I feel like Plant is has a cool style with his jab. Like I feel like he has a better jab than Android.
Mhm.
Uh,
But I know Plant like recently said on like IG, he recently posted that something was in the works, but we haven't heard anything.
dude, he
So
said he said that like 4 months ago, bro.
that's what I'm saying. So
I bet
you know,
like PBC like scheduling fights 9 months ahead of time.
yeah. And like I said, this was the very last pay-per-view card on Showtime. So where are these guys going to fight at? That's another thing we
Yeah.
need to know.
Charlo impressed me.
Mhm.
Charlo did his thing, man.
Mhm. He looked. There were moments in that fight where I thought Jose was actually going to go down, but he stood his
Yeah,
ground.
yeah.
He stood his
Honestly,
ground, man.
he's got a good chin, bro. He's got a 140 chin fighting at 160, bro.
Mhm.
like he campaigned at 140, bro. This was like honestly, I really wasn't sure about Charlo because he didn't make weight. His eyes look lost. His eyes still look lost.
Yeah, it
Like
did.
like like his bro. It looks like there's something not right, bro. It looks like he's like thinking about bad shit in
Facts.
his head, bro. I'm just like, I hope he's okay, man. I mean, that really stinks, man. It really would stink to be in that position, but I mean, he did his thing, while still, obviously not 100%.
Yeah,
So
yeah. People were saying that too when at the press conference they were saying he still looked like he was 100%, and I saw that in his eyes too. Like when he first got in the ring, he didn't look 100%, man. But
he
hats off
looked,
to him for getting the victory. I'm happy that it went the distance, so he can definitely shake that ring rust off. So I'm happy. I'm happy
he
for him, man.
he looks smaller to me. Like even though he came in way heavier, he looked small. He looked deflated. I don't know how to explain it, but to me he looked a lot smaller than he usually does.
Mm,
Like because you can get chubbier, but you still weigh the same, or you weigh less because you're not building muscle, you're not working out and stuff like that. So he's heavier, but he looks lighter, if that makes sense. He still doesn't look 100%, but he did his thing against a guy who doesn't have the best defense, dude. Jose was getting caught with everything, bro.
mm.
I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So why do you think he came in heavier the second time? I didn't get that, man.
oh, I saw that. I forgot who. I don't know if it was Mike Coppinger or someone, but he apparently weighed 166.4, and then they gave him a second chance to weigh in, and he weighed 166.6. So he obviously didn't even try.
So you don't think he like? So
Nah,
you don't think he went? So he basically think he just went backstage and did nothing.
he just took a sip of water, bro, and weighed himself again.
Yeah, but that's crazy. That's crazy. Like the body works, man. Because you got some fighters that make weight and then the next day on fight night they're like 17 pounds heavier. So I don't get it sometimes, man.
The rehydration, yeah. But man, I would say in round two, I was pretty worried. I was like, damn, I was like, Andrade's letting off combinations and stuff like that in the main event.
Mhm.
I was got a little queasy, right? And the first round was pretty close. The slight edge to Benavidez was most people.
Mhm.
Who'd you give the first round to? Like, I wouldn't be mad if you
I
gave it to
didn't. I
Andrade.
didn't score. I couldn't call the first round, but the second round,
It was Andrew. It was
I
Andrew, right?
I
Second round was
I
Andrew. Right?
well, I like what Andre did at the end of the round. He let off crazy combination, but to me that wasn't enough to actually get the round because he did that like the last 5 seconds.
I
So
I I I thought he did some good work. I think round two is where he did his best work. I think,
mm,
and round three, the first half was all Android, or like
mm,
maybe even the first. I would say the first 70%, maybe first 65% was all Android. And suddenly out of nowhere, he kind of looked a little off. I don't know if Benavidez caught him with something, but Benavidez started landing combinations towards the end, and you could argue that Benavidez maybe had snagged that round
mm,
last minute.
mm,
Um, that round could have gone either way. Round three could have gone either way. I think round one could have gone either way. That's why one of the cards was like really close at the time of the
mm,
stoppage. I understand that, but I mean, 4, 5, and 6 was all Benavidez.
yeah,
Um, 1 and 3 were swing rounds. 2 was an Android round. So definitively, I gave Android 1 round, and Benavidez definitively 3 rounds, and then the other 2 could have been swing rounds. So I guess you could mildly argue it was 3 and 3 at the time of the stoppage. Maybe I think that's pushing it a little bit, but yeah, I guess you could maybe argue that.
yeah.
But Benavidez seemed like he was always in control. Only thing I did not like was he got caught with that dumb uppercut. Like the last minute of the 6th round, dude, that
Mhm.
scared me because Benavidez just stood there for a few seconds, and then Andrew started landing off 3, 4, 5, 6 punch combo.
Yeah, he
Like
landed it was one round. I don't know which one it was, but it was one round, man. He landed like 12 punches. Like it was like a 12 punch combination. Like he was swinging like crazy, bro.
But
But,
yeah, Android. I'm happy Android wasn't like he didn't fight like he was scared. He was in there to fight,
mhm.
and uh I think Andre should not be ashamed of ashamed of himself. And what was it? I think I don't know. I'm still frustrated over that uppercut, dude. That made me mad.
Yeah, well, I said like I called it before it happened. I said they needed to stop it. Like he lost the mouthpiece twice. He looked like he was gonna go down.
It was
Like
like
he was
round five.
clinching.
Round five was the round where people were like, maybe they should stop it.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
and
then
he was clinching.
then
Yeah.
he made a small like a mini 5-second comeback in round 6.
Mhm.
And then, but it still wasn't enough. Then he started getting pieced up again, and then they stopped it in the corner. You think that was a good call to stop it in the corner?
Yeah,
Oh,
for
okay.
sure, man. Because the doctor already was checking on him in the previous round, so he had the doctor checking him out. he lost the mouthpiece twice. He looked like he was starting to fatigue. He looked like he was going to go down again. So I think it was a 100% good call.
Yeah, man, that's a 6-round TKO, bro. That's pretty early at this
Yeah,
high level fight, man.
yeah,
That's a serious win, dude. In my opinion, I think this was because of how fast Benavidez pretty much got him out of there. They could have been stopped in the 5th round. So it's like how fast Benavidez pretty much got a lot of people are hyped Andrade as the next best thing. Like he would beat Canelo and he would beat this person, he would beat that person. I mean, after seeing that, I feel like Canelo would have went more rounds with him, but I feel like Canelo would have stopped him too.
yeah, right. But like we talked about this off camera,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Andre got to take some blame, man, for like turning down so many fights due to small purses. Like years ago, like 10 years ago, he could have fought Charlo for what,
500,000.
300,000. Yeah.
It was 250 to 500, but I mean, like, nobody was really aware of him. So it's like,
Mhm.
bro, it's like how like that was good money for, especially back in those days, bro. 500,000 is like $1 million now. So it's like, bro, it's like I feel like he should have taken that money if he was all. You know what? I think he could have won that fight. Looking back
Mhm.
now, dude, I think he would have beaten Charlo because Charlo almost lost the title fight when he fought John Jackson or whatever his name was. He was
Mhm.
losing every single round until he got the stoppage. So it's like if Andre could avoid Charlo the entire time and go all 12, he would have won that fight against Charlo. Because Charlo's not good at winning rounds. He's good at stopping people. So
That's
so if it went all 12, Andre would have wiped the floor with Charlo back in those days. So he should have believed in himself, and then he would have gotten more opportunities. And and then he had the opportunity with Yanabek. I don't know how much the money was. I don't want to act like I know, but I want to say like it was maybe between he was I probably getting around what he was already getting fighting lesser opposition. That's probably why he didn't want to take it. So just like he was probably he probably got 1 or 2 million to fight Quigley. He got 1 or 2 million to fight Williams, and it's like and the same money was on the table for Yanabek or Janabek probably. And so that's probably why he did not want to take the fight. He's like, why would I fight this guy that I could potentially lose to for the same money I'm getting to fight way
yeah.
easier fights? And so that's I understand that sentiment, but he should have probably believed in himself if he wanted the bigger opportunities back when he was younger, when he was 31, 32, 29, 30. So
That's
it's like I'm not gonna blame him entirely, but I would say he's got at least half the blame for why he didn't get the big fights, bro. He should have taken that 2 million to fight or 1.5 million to fight Yanabek, bro. He should have taken that money.
yep.
And then he was gonna get 1.3 million, I believe, for Parker. Like
Mhm.
it was between 1 and 2 million. It was between 1.3 and 1.8 million. It was okay money, and then he took he took that fight, but he got injured, pulled out of the fight. Then they did the purse bid again, and it only went up to 300,000. The first purse bid went
Mhm.
up to like 2 million. The second purse bid went up to 300K. So he was only get 180. He was gonna get
Yep.
180 for that fight. So I
Yep.
100% understood why he turned down the second fight. He actually accepted the first fight. So I actually because he got his injury messed him up there, so he's not the blame there because he took the fight. I think it was the money he was gonna get to fight Parker was probably less than what he was already getting or around what he was already getting to fight lesser opposition.
Mhm.
So I actually applaud him for taking that fight, but the injury, then nobody wanted to bid on the fight, so there was no there's nobody trying to compete to get that fight under their banner. So that's why it was such a low purse. Because if everybody was going after it, then that you reached to 1 million, 2 million, or whatever. But since there was only one bidder,
Yeah.
180K, bro. I was like, dude, it's like going from 1 to 2 million and down to 180K. I understand, but
Yeah.
but he definitely has fault in some other instances where he turned down fights or was or openly saying he wouldn't fight this person, he wouldn't fight that person. I think he was a victim of boxing politics and also a victim of hoping for a Canelo fight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so
everything you said was good. Everything you said was facts, man. And then of course throw in Billy Joe Saunders, but you said he popped for PEDs.
Oh yeah,
So that
he
didn't
he
happen.
popped for the finest juices, and I honestly applaud him for taking. He actually was gonna get 800K for that fight. Like when I read the purses from when that fight was gonna, I was excited for that fight, dude. I had the zone ready and everything, bro. When that nose spray or whatever thing came out, I think Billy Joe Saunders was getting like 1.5 to 2 million,
Mm-hmm.
and Andrew was getting 800,000, and he took the fight, which you can apply. And then that happened, and then since Andrew signed the Matchroom, I guess Eddie Hearn started giving him $1 million paydays to fight so guys, not bums, but not anybody like
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And then I see the sarcasm in the group chat, in the Instagram group chat. I see guy English saying, "Oh no, are we surprised the guy that struggled with Liam Williams lost to David Benavidez?"
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
No, I rate Andrade. He's easily top 5 in the super middleweight, easily top 5, top 10.
Yeah.
I think David Morrell Jr. would be a scarier fight for Benavidez, to be honest.
Man, did you hear anything about Canelo trying to fight Jaime Munguia for May of next year?
I seen some of that. I think it's an okay fight. We all know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Munguia's gonna start throwing punches wildly, and Canelo's gonna counter him and knock him down. It might not even go 5 rounds, to be honest.
Yeah, that's not a fight. Yeah.
It's not a fight nobody really wants to see, because we all know what's gonna happen. Like as much as I love Munguia, he's fun to watch, but it's like his best money making ways is to just put so fights and give a crowd a fun fight. I think that's his best market, is to fight mid-tier competition and give people crazy fights.
Yeah, I
And
think he should fight Berlanga.
he should fight Berlanga. I think Munguia would definitely be the favorite in that fight. Munguia would definitely be the favorite in that fight.
Yeah, and I don't want to see Charlo fight Canelo. I don't want to see that.
I think Charlo would get stopped, dude. I think that Charlo would get stopped.
And like you said, he didn't look 100%, so he shouldn't fight Canelo. So I don't want to see that.
I don't think Charlo's gonna fight Canelo anytime soon. And people swore up and down that would have been a better fight, dude. I think Jermall, obviously went the distance. I don't think Jermall would make the distance, to be honest.
Nah.
I didn't think he was gonna make the distance even before he got, like that long layoff. I didn't think he would. At best, he would have lost a big unanimous decision. At best, it wouldn't even be close. I always thought Charlos were just above average. I never thought they were like anything crazy. I think Jermall was, after he became undisputed, then you can definitely say he's that guy. But before they did, I never thought their skills was extra. I think Jermall just has crazy power at 154, and Jermall is like, he just always never stepped up in competition, only maybe once or twice.
Yeah, and then didn't he just get his title stripped from him?
I don't know. Oh no, Jermall did. Jermall got I think he purposely gave it up.
So yeah, I'm just wondering, like, who's next for everybody. But like, I just feel bad for Andre, man. I just believe, like, this fight right here, like, I just believe this should have been Andre years ago. He should have just had his moment years ago against a big fighter.
I think if this fight happened years ago with Benavidez, bro, it probably would have been a 9th round TKO, bro. 8th round TKO. I still think he would have lost outright. But Andrew was doing everything he normally did: spin around, throw crazy uppercuts from weird angles, and he landed them. That's the thing; he landed some of those.
Yeah. But Benavidez was throwing those straight hands. He was throwing those hooks. He was working that body. So that was breaking him down, man.
And Andre when he would go in for the hug, he would get uppercutted.
See.
Yeah, so his hugs would get timed, or his hugs would be like, or in the clinch. If this was Kenny Bayless, this fight would have went 10 rounds, bro. Kenny Bayless, as soon as they got close, bro, he would have separated them.
Well, I'm mad we didn't get Kenny Bayless, man.
Bro, Andre probably, there was a good chance he would have made it all 12. Plant 100% would not have made it all 12 if it wasn't for Kenny Bayless, bro. And I stand by that 1,000%. And most people will say the same thing and agree with that. He gets a double F for reffing that fight.
Yeah, let me ask you this: Do you think Maul should fight Plant, or do you think it's too early right now?
I think they should set that fight up, to be honest, bro. I
Either
think they
either.
should. It's either Plant versus Android or Plant versus Charlo are both great fights right
Yeah,
now.
I like that. 100%. I agree with you there.
Android, I mean, I hope he continues. I hope he doesn't give up.
Mm,
I think Android still's got some fight left. I think if him versus Plant happened, it would be good.
mm,
I'll definitely tune in the fight, watch that fight.
for
Um,
sure.
or Charlo, or even Charlo versus Android, Charlo versus Plant, Plant versus Android. Any of those three any of the combinations of those guys, it would all be good fights. I don't think Charlo can make 160 anymore.
Yeah.
So
And
so
he looked dark too to me, man. I don't know, maybe it's just I haven't seen him in 2.5 years, but he looked dark too for some reason. I don't know why, man. He just looked dark, man.
I guess he looked a little dark. You can see his cheekbones. He looked drained to me.
Yeah.
To me, he didn't look the worst I've ever seen, but he definitely looked like he
Yeah.
for hitting 166. He shouldn't have looked like that, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just I think all three of those guys, Plant, Android, and Charlo, still have a future. They just got to link up. They just got to make the fights happen, man. They got Al Heyman needs to stop holding back. And make that happen. Plus, Charlo and Plant have a little history, a
Mm.
little
Yep.
funny
Yeah.
history.
That smack was bad, man.
But Charlo started it with him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Charlo pulled his beard twice.
Yeah.
First time, Plant was like, "Don't do that."
Mm.
And then he did it a second time. He was like, you think he's just gonna let another man get on him like that in front of his wife? So
Yep.
it's like, in front of his peers and in front of his friends. So it's like that's why he slapped him, dude. That was gold, dude. I was laughing so hard when I saw that.
Yeah. I saw the video about that he posted where he was talking about it and he said, yeah, that Charlo was pulling his beard, like he told him to stop and he didn't. So
And bro, you always you always see him causing trouble in the crowd, bro. You always see him like causing trouble, dude. Like a big Charlo.
yeah.
Not little
And
Charlo, but big Charlo. He always causing trouble in the crowd, getting into fights with Benavidez and in the crowd. And I'm like, oh man, I wish the best for him. I hope he gets whatever he's got this trouble in him together, and we could proceed to see good fights.
mhm.
And yeah, man, yeah, they need to make that Plant versus Android happen. I hate seeing Android, look defeated like that, bro. I think he's got a good chance against Plant.
Yeah, hopefully, like you said, hopefully we can see one of those cards between Plant and Charlo or Plant Benavidez. Like, I mean, not Benavidez, but yeah.
You see, the first thing that Android did in the first like 10 seconds was grab Benavidez, like hug him, like the first 10 seconds.
Mm.
Not even the first 5 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. What's your thoughts on Matias and Ergashev?
Oh, bro, I was so disappointed in Ergashev, bro. So disappointed.
Well, no, I'll say this: he like the very first shot he threw, Matias went into the ropes like he was getting ready to go down.
Yeah,
He was like Ergashev was letting up hands go, and like you can hear the pop in his punches.
I'm just like, bro, he landed 3 in a row, and you see Matias' head fly back 3 times, bro.
Yeah.
That was if Ergashev he looked like he gassed out in round 3. He looked kind of like toast in round 3. I don't know if and the thing is that it's not like Matias had landed anything significant at that point. I mean, he landed a few things, but it's like, was it because Ergashev looked kind of drained? Not gonna lie, bro, he looked pretty drained. But it's like, what do you think? It was he just has no good gas tank. Because I've seen Ergashev fight many times and he's never looked that bad.
Wow.
So I'm just like, I'm just I've been aware of Ergashev for like the past 3-4 years.
Wow.
And I watched his fight with with I don't remember his name. It was a tall, lanky guy that he knocked out in like 4 rounds.
Wow.
And when he fought Michael Fox or whatever, the guy that remember Michael Fox?
Yeah. Michael Fox is from Maryland.
Yeah. He fought Michael Fox. He went the distance with Michael Fox, but I remember that fight. So it's like, I thought he was gonna do better, man. That was disappointing. It was like almost like a mirror image of when Matias fought Ponce, bro. Ponce like started off good first 2 rounds and then just gassed out. And then same with Ergashev, did good for 2 rounds and then gassed out.
Yeah, but it seemed like to me like Matias, he was just coming forward, but he wasn't letting his hands go like that. And I didn't get that. But like once he started letting them go, that's when Ergashev started feeling them. Like, he started feeling them.
Bro, I'm about to read English guy in his comment right now. He's like, he's talking about Plant versus Andrade. He said they'll probably just hug each other for 36 minutes.
Like they both run and stuff. So
They're both run and hug, dude. Are they gonna fight, dude? Who's gonna, dude? That's the thing. When two pure boxers come together, one of them has to come forward and be the boxer puncher.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't like. I would want to know who if Andrade versus Plant happened, like who would be the guy coming forward, dude? Somebody's got to come forward, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think I would lean more towards Andre with his movement and everything. But then on the flip side, we gotta think about that. Caleb Plant has Breadman, and Breadman, changed his game up real good.
Bro,
So
Breadman is a genius, bro. I loved hearing him talk in the prelims, dude. He was saying some good stuff, bro. I agree with almost everything he said.
Yeah, I saw the picture of him in the suit and everything talking. Like, what are some things he said?
He was like saying what was it?
Was he talking about the main event?
He was talking about the main event, how he was describing once his Android style, Benavidez style. Benavidez is a lot on grit and will to win. And then Android's more of like I forgot, because he was explaining how the Plant and Benavidez fight. I don't know. I would say it was. He said a lot, bro. It was just he was being super objective, super cool, I don't know. His take on how the fighters were, how the fighters are was very objective, very I don't know. You have to watch. You have to probably rewind that and watch it on YouTube because it's on YouTube. And he was speaking a lot of facts. I don't know. He definitely was not. The only thing I disagree with him is that he's saying Plant was piecing him up in the first few rounds. I'm like, that's not true.
Yeah. Wow. This lady just texted me. Are you familiar with the comedian Richard Pryor that passed? Richard Pryor. He's an old comedian. Are you familiar with him?
Pryor, the only Pryor I know is that one boxer from the 80s.
Okay, but anyway, he was a stand-up comedian, right? He played in some movies too, like some old school movies with like Eddie Murphy. And like she texted me, she said Andre, she said poor thing. She said he went from looking goofy to looking like Richard Pryor when he was on cocaine.
Oh,
I said she's cold, yo. She ice cold, bro. Yeah, she's mean, but she never liked Andre, man. Like prior to this fight happening, she was like, yeah, he's gonna get pieced up, and like she messaged me, cracking up, laughing, sending all these laughing smileys. So,
bro, I'm about to go back to all these Demetruis Andrade comments, bro, and start responding to them. Like, what happened, dude?
Yeah, I can't wait to get on these groups to see what everybody's saying now. I mean,
bro, dude,
I'm one of them, bro. Like I predicted Benavidez, but like I said, man,
you predicted by decision, bro. Yeah. I predicted Benavidez by 7th round TKO, bro. That's what I or 7th round stoppage. That was my, and then I have receipts. I commented on somebody's video who was asking everyone put their predictions in, and I put mine into 7th round TKO. So I got receipts. For that. I almost said 6th round, dude. But I felt like that's too early. I almost went for it, but I did say 7th round.
Yeah, cool. Let me just run through these comments, man.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, the Valja actually said it was a pretty decent card, man. That card was good, man. All of them, all the fights were good from the first to the last. They were all good. Did you see when Hector Garcia got dropped by Lamont Roach?
I was actually using the bathroom when that happened. I had to go.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy for Roach, man, because Roach is from Maryland. That makes 2 Maryland fighters that Hector Garcia lost to this year. First Frank and Lamont Roach.
That's cold, bro.
Yeah. Sunshine, she said, love you. Brenda Sand, she says, doing good, proud of you. Salute. That's my aunt, man. I was over there. I was actually over there earlier getting some Thanksgiving leftovers, man. So she had my aunt tuned in, yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's my cousin. He was actually over there too. So he said, sup, cuz, sup, Zine. Sunshine says, got a good, great show. As always, never a disappointment or a dull moment. Love you. Keep bringing the podcast. You're a beast. Thanks, man. Salute to Sunshine, man.
It's very nice of you, Miss Sunshine.
Yeah.
But what was it, bro?
Yeah.
I still haven't fully soaked in the win, bro, because of that uppercut.
Man, I'm still emotional for some reason, man.
I'm emotional, bro. That I was like, if that uppercut didn't happen, I still wouldn't be tensed up right now, bro. Bro, okay? Well, I want to ask you a question, bro. Do you think that uppercut stunned Benavidez, or do you think it just made or you think it just got it, or you think, what is the words that I use? Give me 1 second, bro. Let me look at it. Because
I think it made him mad. I think it made him mad, bro.
Do you think it got his attention, or do you think it actually stunned him?
I think it caught his attention.
You don't think it stunned him like he was in danger or anything like that?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
Because and then Joe started trolling me in the comments, like, if that didn't happen, Andrew would have won, or if they didn't stop it, Andrew would have won. He starts telling me stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, Val agrees with you, bro. He says Benavidez was legit stunned for a second, so he agreed with you. He was stunned. So
because he wasn't being responsible for a counter. Because he thought he had his guy like completely out of the fight. But you're never supposed to think like that. You're never supposed to think the guy's completely out of the fight. Even if he is, don't think that way, because that's how you get caught with dumb things like that.
Yeah. So
that was the most stunned I've ever seen Benavidez, by the way. Even though he's been knocked down before, he wasn't even hurt during that knockdown. That was like probably the most stunned I've ever seen him.
So what do you think? What do you think, Andrade? What do you think was his mistake in this fight? Like, I mean, he started getting caught. He started, his eyes started messing up. He spit out the mouthpiece. Like, what do you think he really made his mistake?
The first thought to my head was getting in the ring in the first place with Benavidez, but I know you're being serious. No, I think his mistake was he kept doing the same thing over and over again. Like, he kept trying to do the duck spin thing. He just kept, and then Benavidez just started timing him each time. I don't know. I could be wrong. In this assessment, but that's kind of like what I was thinking. It's like, because Benavidez started timing where he was gonna be. Or when he would grab him, Benavidez would start piecing him up in the inside, which if Kenny Bayless was there, he would separate them before he would start throwing the punches, or before he could have the opportunity to throw the punches. That's when a lot of the work was done that Bayless would have prevented, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that ref, bro, I was like rubbing my hands together, dude. I was like, this guy lets him fight.
Yeah, I've seen him all the time. I don't know his name though. I forget what his name is.
I forgot. But he was the ref for the Ellis Benavidez fight, and he let that shit go for a long time, dude. So I was like, okay, he's not gonna get in the way. He's gonna let them try to punch out. And so I was like, we're in for a good fight, because he was gonna let him punch out. So
yeah, man, that's all. That fight's over. Next week we got Ryan Garcia and Oscar Duretti. So I think that's going to be a good fight. I'm kind of nervous for Ryan. I'm a little nervous for Ryan too.
Yeah, I hope Ryan wins. Ryan's my guy, dude. So Ryan's one of my favorite fighters. So.
Well, he ain't got no clauses against him in this fight. So we should get a fresh Ryan. We should get a fresh Ryan, but his chin still worries me, man, because he still went down.
Well, honestly, bro, his chin is underrated, bro. I don't think he's got a bad chin, because every time he's got hit to the face, he's gotten back up.
That's true.
The only time he didn't get back up was to the body.
Yeah.
So I think he's got an okay chin. I don't think he doesn't have a worse chin. I don't think, because he got times he went down was absolutely clean shots right on the button, like the cleanest, and he definitely was hurt both those times, but he recovered, and he kind of came back in the Tank fight, and he definitely came back in the what's his
Luke Campbell.
Luke Campbell, yeah, Luke
Yeah.
Campbell.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
And
Luke Campbell.
Luke Campbell's legit, bro. I don't, a lot of people like what's his name? He had a good fight with Jorge Linares, and when Jorge Linares was at his best,
Mhm.
he Lomachenko couldn't stop him, and Ryan Garcia got him with a body shot and won most of
Yep.
those rounds.
Yep.
So I think, and it's not like Luke Campbell was old. Luke Campbell was 32, 33 years old, so he wasn't. It's not like he was old. And
Yeah.
so and Luke Campbell had 16 knockouts in 20 fights, 20 wins. So he actually had some pop too.
Yep.
So I think Ryan's chin is fine. Like to me,
All right.
he's shown that he can get up. So I think Ryan's chin is fine. It's just that body shot he didn't see coming from
Tank.
Tank. Yeah,
Yeah.
that got him down. And
Mhm.
apparently he was hurt beforehand. Apparently, from rumors that he already had his side was already hurting going into that fight. Apparently.
Oh yeah.
That's what
Wow.
I heard. That's what I heard.
Oh,
One of the sparring partners hit him really hard or whatever. Apparently, I'm not taking no credit away from. Well, I am taking away credit from Tank, for the clauses, but
right.
not for the knockout win. I thought Tank would have won that regardless or whatever. But that's what I heard. I'm not making excuses for Ryan. Ryan legitimately lost that fight, but
Mm,
that's what I heard rumors. Kind of like you heard rumors that Anthony Joshua got knocked out
right.
prior to the Andy Ruiz thing. It's kind of like that. That Ryan Garcia was kind of already semi hurt.
Yeah, but he's got Derek James in his corner now, so I'm expecting a good fight. Like I said, Duarte is a power puncher, man. So
And
it's
also Ryan, if I would have went into that fight with a broken rib or a hurt side if I was getting $30 million. So I would have ignored that.
yeah, he's rich man for sure. Yep. Yeah, so we got that to look forward to next week. And yeah, like before we close it out, man, I wanted to I know we talked about it off camera, but what you think about the whole situation with Boots, becoming the champion and Crawford being
Oh,
stripped?
so I think, and I mean, Crawford was publicly saying he had no interest in that fight, and that was his IBF mandatory.
Mhm.
So IBF probably came up to him. All right, if you don't fight Boots within a certain time frame, you're gonna lose the belt, and probably said I don't want to fight him. So they probably. I'm guessing that's what happened. I would think it's wrong if they just straight up stripped him without saying anything. But he Crawford made it public that he wasn't gonna defend his IBF mandatory, or fight his IBF mandatory. So uh, they had their reasons to strip him. But if they didn't even give him an opportunity, I think that's wrong. But if he was like, hey, let me fight Spence first, and then fight Ennis in the same year, then they should not have stripped him. But
Right.
but 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 he kind of made it public that he had no interest and I think Crawford saying that he doesn't want to fight Ennis is the same thing as saying Canelo doesn't want to fight Benavidez. It's the exact same thing to me. If Canelo was out here saying I'm not fighting Benavidez, I'm not fighting Benavidez, I get to fight whoever I want, Canelo would get thrashed around, his name, thrown in the mud or whatever they say, or and if
So
Crawford says I don't want to fight this guy, people are like, yeah, he has every right to fight who he wants. And I don't think that's fair. I think Boots is the hardest fight at 147 for him right now. Boots is the best guy, better than Spence. I think Boots would be a better fight than Spence.
yeah, but I just don't like the fact that he just became undisputed. You know what I mean? He ain't been undisputed that long. And he's already still tied in this rematch thing with Spence. So
Spence.
how can you really take a belt from him
So
when
so
he's
so,
already
so
tied
if
in
you
that?
if you told the IBF like, hey, I'm about to fight my obligation, my guy, and then 4 months later, 5 months later, I'll fight Boots, then I would say IBF. But I mean, many times Crawford has came out and said, I'll never fight Boots. I'll never fight Boots. I'll never fight Boots. And nobody's really trashing him for that. And then people would trash Canelo for saying, I'm not gonna fight Benavidez. Like, forget it. I can fight whoever I want. Imagine Canelo saying that.
Yeah.
The backlash that he would get.
So
And
you think it got a lot to do with Crawford actually publicly saying this?
Possibly.
And then you got guys like Charlo, who's had a belt for years and doesn't even get stripped, and he ain't even been fighting.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
Yep.
just weird with all these, with
I,
all these sanctioning bodies, man.
IBF is a little bit more strict than the rest of the sanctioning bodies.
Okay.
From what I observed, it seems like they're a bit more strict. They actually have a 10-pound rehydration clause for the IBF, I believe.
All
I believe
right.
they have that actual. They're the only sanctioning body that actually has that, but they're a bit more strict about their mandatories and stuff like that. I think they should all be strict about the mandatories, like
Mm.
like because there's a lot of guys waiting for their opportunity, waiting and waiting and waiting, and these guys are just like not getting their opportunity. So it's like, if you're undisputed, dude, I think you should make You should try to fight one 4 fights in a year, like a mandatory for the WBC, mandatory for WBA, mandatory for IBF, mandatory for. You should be able to squeeze all 4 of those fights in 1 year.
Right.
As long as you don't take horrible damage from any of those fights, that you should be able to do that. So like every 3 months you have a fight, which is perfectly reasonable. 10 weeks, 10 weeks camp, 2 weeks off. 10-week camp, 2 weeks off. 10-week camp, 2 weeks off.
Yeah, that's some
So
good
so
points.
so 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 I don't and I
But
think
I'll say this, man. I'll just say a lot of people didn't like how Crawford was saying, he would go all the way up to like 160, 168 or whatever to fight Canelo. But he could fight Boots right at his own weight. But he's talking about going all the way up and fight Canelo. So a lot of people that like that. I don't know who it was that said it. It was somebody big that said it. Like, how can you say that you would go up to 168 and fight Canelo, but you ain't gonna fight Boots, who's in your own weight class? So
exactly. And that's the
yeah,
thing, bro. It's like he thinks because he fought Spence, he thinks he has all this leverage or whatever, but he still needs to do more. He still needs to. Not I'm not gonna say he needs to do more. He's no number 1 guy, but he still should fight some of the harder opposition at 147, such as Boots. I think Boots would smoke Spence. Maybe
mm,
not as easily as Crawford, but I still think Boots would have beaten Spence. And so I think Boots is like the Benavidez at 147. It's like that's the guy everybody wants him to fight, but it might not happen. Canelo is like everybody wants Canelo to fight Benavidez, but it looks like it might happen. But I'm just saying it kind of looked like it wasn't gonna happen.
mm,
It's the same exact thing.
yeah,
And they need to show that same energy. If anybody can fight whoever they want, it's Canelo more because Canelo has proven it time and time again. He fought more than a bunch of undefeated fighters, bunch of great opposition, a bunch of
facts,
Hall of Famers, and and
facts,
and and and, and Crawford has not even fought one Hall of Famer. Yeah, because Spence is not going to be in the Hall of Fame. He's only a 1 division champion.
yeah.
So
But he
it's like,
cooking, bro. Cooking,
oh,
man.
sorry. And so it's like, bro, it's like you still have to still do something. Like if he fought Boots, that's adding on to his legacy because everyone knows Boots is one of the most naturally gifted, boxers in boxing right now.
Mm,
So it's like but just think about that, man. It's like if Crawford was not Crawford, Canelo was prancing around saying, I'm not fighting Benavidez, I'm not fighting Benavidez, I fight whoever I want."
mm,
And that's exactly what Crawford is doing. I fight whoever I want. It's only big fights from here on out. I'm not fighting Boots. Like, bro, it's like, why
yeah,
is he not getting trashed for that, dude? It's like, because Boots is literally better than Spence. So it's like,
yeah,
he needs to be held to the same standard. Being in the top pound for pound, he needs to be held to the same standard as Canelo. Like
yeah,
people are gonna trash Canelo for fighting Benavidez, bro. That's how unhappy everybody's gonna be. That if he fights Benavidez, people are still gonna find us and say it's a horrible fight. Why would he cherry pick Benavidez? Da.
mm,
We're still gonna hear that. Like,
yeah. Like,
eh,
nobody's like the fans are
yeah,
never satisfied.
yeah.
But
The fans are
yeah,
never gonna be happy, right?
yeah,
And 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 then what's it called? And then I think Crawford should fight Boots. I think once he fights Boots, move up to 154 and fight Charlo or whoever's the champion. Fight Tim Tszyu.
mm,
I think that's what I think Crawford needs to fight Boots and then one of the champions at 154.
yeah,
And then try to become undisputed at 154. there's good money on the table. There's always gonna be, whenever he fights, there's gonna be at least 4 or 5 million on the table every fight that he gets. So he needs to he can't like like Bivol right now. He's expecting Canelo money every fight now because he was gonna talk to Artur Beterbiev to make a fight, and they said the money wasn't serious. So now he thinks he got some kind of leverage because now he thinks he deserves Canelo money every single fight now. That's why he's fighting in Saudi now, because now he's gonna get big money in Saudi.
Yeah.
And so it's like he's not in, because like Caleb Plant. Can you imagine Caleb Plant saying, "I'm not fighting Benavidez unless I get the same 10 million I got for Canelo"? Like, he didn't do that.
Right.
He obviously took less money for the fight. Why can't people be more like Caleb Plant? Take less money for just as much of a dangerous fight.
Yeah.
Like
hats off to Caleb Plant, you know, fighting the road and jumping in there with Benavidez.
I don't know what the numbers are, but I'm just saying, for example, let's say he got 10 million for Canelo plus pay-per-views, and then he got 3 million for Benavidez plus pay-per-views. It's like, it's still a good payday. Like, and so it's like, can you imagine him saying, "I'm not fighting Benavidez unless the money's serious"? I'm like, dude, you're not gonna get that same money. It's just not gonna happen. And so it's like a lot of these guys get greedy and don't wanna take $3 million to fight someone that's still really good, right? Like Crawford can't be like, because he probably got what, 15 million or whatever for the Spence fight or whatever, some crazy number. And then when obviously that money is not going to be there for Boots. It's not. So it's like he's going to have to take the measly $5 million or whatever that he's going to get to fight Boots. And these guys don't want to take that money, don't want to take 5 million to fight someone like Boots. Like, bro, it's still $5 million, bro. Like,
I'll take it. I'll take the ass whooping and take the 5 million home.
Exactly. So it's like believe in yourself, man. Take the still really good money and believe in yourself.
And that goes back to what we talked about Andrade, man. That goes back to him years ago.
Yeah, like take the 500, take the 500K, bro, from like 10 years ago when nobody knew who you were.
Facts. Yeah. Let me read this comment. Val Jackson says the issue I have with that is they should have made the belt vacant and Boots fight number 3 guy for it. Look, do you
that makes sense. That's a good point. I think that's a good point.
But since he's the champion, do you think more people will say, okay, he's got a belt now, I want to fight him, or do you think he's still may like be avoided?
I think Boots, in order to legitimize himself as the champion, he's got to fight someone of top level opposition.
Do you think Barrios is top level?
He's coming off some wins. He's definitely top 10. I don't know if it would legitimize him. I don't know if it would. Maybe Keith Thurman might legitimize him. I would say as a champ, if he defended it against Keith Thurman, I think it would maybe legitimize him. I think.
What about Conor Benn? There's rumors that he could be fighting Conor Benn.
Bro, Boots is gonna smack the crap out of Conor Benn, bro. It's gonna be an excellent fight, bro.
Yeah, he gonna boil Conor Benn, bro.
Oh my goodness, bro. That's not even gonna be a close fight, dude.
Yeah. When they call him Conor or Bowling Egg Ben, he gonna boil Conor Benn, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we can close it out, man. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about, this fan.
No, I think we're close. I don't want to keep my family up. I'm loud as crap.
Yeah, I know you got your family there. Yeah. So, yeah, man. So Chris G, man, he been cooking, man. Like, give him your IG.
It's Chris_G495. And I'm fairly active in the boxing scene and IG.
Yeah,
slightly.
Chris G is my nephew, man. He's my nephew. Like, as y'all see, man, he be on here cooking. Like, when the floor is his, man, he cook.
I'm sorry for not hopping on during the fight, bro. But I couldn't
fine,
stream.
Man. You good, man. You good. Like I said, that's the thing about, you know, covering a fight, man. Once the fight's over, like, you know, you could be watching it at home, but once the fight's over, man, you can always hop on. Then like we just start cooking like we doing now. So like a lot of
Yeah, bro.
coverage is cool, man.
Honestly, to be honest with you, bro, I was in no shape to cover for Benavidez, but I was nervous.
Yeah, you had a lot of blood pumping, man. I
Yeah,
did too, man. Hey, no lie, man. Before I went live, man, my heart was racing, man. Like racing, yo. I was like,
my heart was
my blood was
racing like
pumping.
crazy, bro. Bro, I was pacing around the living room, bro.
Yeah, I know you was excited, man. Kid in the candy store, man.
Yeah, I was excited but nervous at the same time, bro. But after that,
Yeah,
probably like round 3, at the end of round 3, I started relaxing. I'm like, okay, Benavidez got this.
yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
but that,
so
yeah, but I mean that uppercut's playing with my mind a little bit.
yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah, we'll close out. Like I said, man. Next weekend we got Ryan Garcia, Oscar Duretti. The following week, of course, we got Devin Haney, Regis Prograis. So we got some
Yeah,
upcoming cards on the zone. So
I'm a try to see if I can cover both those.
okay, and then of course, you know, the 23rd, that's gonna be crazy, man. That's a heavyweight,
Oh,
showdown.
the heavyweight galore battle thing. My
Yeah,
goodness,
they
bro.
are reckoning, man. That's gonna be
I'm excited
crazy.
for Wilder to stop Parker, bro.
Yeah, I think he's gonna blow out Joe Joyce in a few rounds, man. Unless he just wants to
You mean
box and get
Parker?
some rounds in.
You mean Parker?
Yeah, Parker, my
Yeah,
bad.
I know you.
Yeah, I think he's gonna blow him out unless he wants to get some rounds in because he needs some rounds, man.
He's gonna blow him out in 3.
Yep. Yeah.
He's gonna blow him out in 3, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think
Unless Parker does some crazy running, bro, it's 3, bro.
facts. Facts. So yeah, we got December is pretty stacked too, man. So we got an awesome month for December. So yeah. So yeah, we'll go ahead and close it out, man. Hour 40 minutes strong. Chris G told y'all what his IG is. You know where I'm at, man. IG the Legend 3347. Facebook it's Ty Finney. And you guys just witness the 35th live coverage and watch along on the In This Corner podcast, man. We out. We'll see y'all again soon.
Peace.
Peace.